Hello and welcome to the Ministry of Miniatures, and today we have something very special. I have received a package from Warlord Games and I was so excited I had to open it straight away. So as we all know, the Konflikt 47 rules are on their way. They are being worked on at the moment and finalised. Their plastic new releases are also being released and finalised. So guess what we have here? That's right, I have got some samples. Sprue review coming up of the new Konflikt 47. But before that, I wanted to have a quick look at some of the online images. So these are the Style Troopen. They're very stylish, as the name suggests, and they are very Axis Troopen. These are absolutely enormous. They look like huge robots where they have a lot of firepower and a lot of armor on them. They're also supported by the new Vulgan Spine, which is very much the crawler that we had previously, but this is a new and updated version, so it's got more armor, more firepower, looks bigger and looks better. But moving on to the US, they have the new Firefly Troops. Now these look absolutely amazing. I've got a couple of blisters of the old Fireflies, but these are really so much better. I mean, look at the jetpacks on them. So I'm very much looking forward to getting my hands on these, getting them open and getting them built, and seeing if actually if any of those bits can be used across on my old Fireflies, so I can mix the units up and have some really cool looking ground and air assault troops. And of course they are supported by the new linebacker. Now this thing is huge. It's got lots of firepower on it. It looks like some kind of alien aircraft dropship with lots of firepower on it, so I'm looking forward to building that, but also comparing it to some of the other walkers I've got, because I think that with the support of the old walkers and the new ones, I will probably be able to put up a pretty good force. But let's get back to the Sprue review. Okay, so inside here I've seen we've got some of the Style Troopen, a Firefly, a Vulgan Spine and a linebacker. So without further ado, let's open it up and see what they've sent me for Konflikt 47. These are the new sprues, and there's a little note in there to say that these are the samples, the marketing samples, so they're not the absolute final version, but pretty much this is as we see. So as you can see here, first up, I might as well take what comes up the board first of all, and let's have a closer look at the sprue. Okay, so this is the first sprue. It's the Style Troopen. Very nice indeed. The detail on these plastics is absolutely amazing. It looks absolutely brilliant. So I'll start at the top and work across. So you can see there are 3 Panzerfaust. They look to have some kind of attachment on them. Just a quick caveat, I don't have any of the building instructions, so I'm just going to talk through what I see and what I think they are. So moving across, there are 3 daggers, but they are absolutely enormous. They're the size of a regular troop's arm, pretty much. So these Style Troopen are the big sort of, the bigger size. They're almost the size of sort of huge robots. So let's have a look. You get loads of heads, as you can see here. So these are the generic ones that come with the gas masks and the German helmets. There looks like to be an officer, and you can see there he's got an eyepiece, so they've all got gas marks. And then these ones here have radio pieces, and there seems to be some kind of radio operator without his helmet, which is all very nice. There are some additional bits here, and that looks like some kind of cannon ammo bits. What's really important is I have noticed, so you get 3 backs to the models on this sprue, 3 fronts, and there's also an armor plate that goes that we'll see in a minute. But there are, as you see here, 5 different sets of legs, 5 different sets of arms, and 3 bodies. So I'm going to probably see if I can press mold these to make the rest up, see how it comes out, because I think if someone was to If they were to sell these separately, actually you could double the amount you can get, but the detail again on these is amazing. But I'm just thinking actually there's so much spare on this sprue that it kind of lends itself to getting a few more bodies to be able to make up some more troops. So here we have, it looks like an auto cannon of some sort. We've got the ammo, there's a gun shield, the left arm and the right arm for that gun. So you can see he's holding, that'll go to the side of one of the bodies. Then on here you can see it looks like he's loading one of the cannon pieces. There's some more ammo for the auto cannon, more left and right arms and some more warheads. There's an arm with one of those daggers, but you can see the detail is absolutely fantastic. These are going to come out really nicely when they're painted. Looks like that's a piece of ammo, and another arm holding the ammo. And then with the legs here, you can see that's some pretty heavy duty armor. And look at the size of the boots as well. They are big chunky boys. And then again, there is the kind of assault rifle. But that's a massive gun as well, so think about the size of that. And again, left arm, right arm. You get several of these, so you can see there again the separate weapon if you wanted to put it on the sprue or have someone slung on their back. So there are more legs. So these are the three bits that go on the front of the bodies, the armor. Then you've got wide legs, you've got walking legs. So they're all pretty cool, and a wide stance walk. Obviously this one must be the NCO because that's a compulsory finger pointing from the NCO, and that looks like a new version of a medium machine gun, maybe even heavy machine gun, so that looks pretty cool. There's an arm with his fingers opened out, another one of those machine guns, and they are both on the right arm, so you can't do two machine guns. And there's a third one, so you could have three potential guys with machine guns, and then you get the three bases. So in essence, this is a sprue that's been made up for three of the style troopen, but I do think you could make more. I think you can get more out of these because there's just so much on the sprue. So as you see there, there's at least 5 sets of legs, 5 sets of arms. So I'm pretty sure if I was to press mold these bodies with the heads, spare arms, spare legs, and the weaponry, you could easily get another 2 troops out of that. So that is actually pretty good value. So what else is in the box? So next up is the Vulgan Spine, which is the German walker. So you get 2 frames for it. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So let's have a look at frame 1 in a bit more detail. So again, some nice bits for the armor, which makes it stand out very nicely. There's always like a good rivet, and you can see on the door there the hinges come out quite nicely, so it does look like German armor. It all looks very good. Moving down, there's 2 different weapons, so it looks like a shorter cannon and a bigger one. Some extra armor bits, and that is the top hatch. This is all part of where you pull it together and build it. All lots of nice details on there. Looks like there's twin machine guns, and there are no instructions on these, so that's some kind of vent or an exhaust. Closed hatch. But again, these are nice looking sprues that I'm hoping will go together quite nicely. And then these are the legs that make up the Vulgan Spine. So you can see there's some nice detail. It's all nice and clean and sharp. That's good. So you get 3 heads on here as well. So if you wanted to use, there's enough heads actually. If you wanted to use these, I might use them on some Wind Germans and just stick the heads on and see if I can give them some extra special guns to make them stand out a bit. And then the rest of the frame, there are more legs to make sure you got enough legs, some fuel cells. I think that's probably part of the undercarriage to put it together. You've got the machine gun barrel in the middle there, that looks like a fuel cell, and the parts that attach to the leg, as well as an antenna. So you always need an antenna for a German vehicle. So very nice indeed. I'm looking forward to building this. So let's see what we get for the Allied. Okay, next up for the Allies is the American linebacker. So this seems to have 3 sprues, and you can see there's also the cockpit clear glass, which goes with this sprue here. So it will go on the inside of this, which is quite nice. So let's have a closer look at these sprues. So there we go, we've got 2 heads for the commander. Again, I don't have the instructions for these, but I will build them and see if I can put it together. It looks like a piece of track or something similar. The main body is enclosed there as well, and lots of nice detail within the sprue to make the linebacker. I mean, look at, there's some nice bits on there, aren't there? That's going to be really easy to pull together and build, as well as you can see there some of the lights and some of the detail. Actually, once that's painted up, that's going to look pretty awesome. So that looks like that kind of builds the center body with some bits on. The next sprue has some of the weapons on it. So starting up at the top here, you can see a panel. There's a couple of, they kind of look like autocannons, but there's 4 of them, so that's pretty cool. There are the tubes that go around the outside of them, so that's going to be a really nice weapon to have. Again, twin machine guns, which is very nice. These look like some kind of jetpack maybe for the linebacker to fly. Ammo for these guns, so they're probably some kind of autocannon or light anti-tank. And then you can see here there's different fans and different bits that go onto the linebacker. So I'm going to have to look at some of the images online to see how this goes together, so I can build it up. And that looks like some kind of plasma gun, so that is all very, very nice. And then onto the last sprue for the linebacker. So again, this has got some of the detailed parts on it, which just would help with the detailing on the walker itself. So I do need to build these. I normally do a building as part of my unboxings, but I'm so excited to get this up and ready that I'm probably going to do that and repost them once they are built, and then I'll look at painting them up as quickly as possible, because I'm really interested in those German sprues and getting the additional press of the bodies. So, but this looks like it should, if I can work out how it all goes together, be a very nice walker. And then the last thing that comes with the box for us is the American new Firefly Troops. So lots of variety on the heads here, as you can see. So we've got those without helmets, there's a pair with goggles, they're all fully helmeted. There are those that look like GIs, which are quite nice. So actually these can even be used for, I might use these for officers and NCOs as part of my US Army. Then you see the normal helmets here with gas masks or respirators on for altitude, because obviously the Fireflies can fly. Then there is a Thompson. So these Thompsons have been upgraded with the new technology to make them a bit more modern for the Konflikt 47 era. And you can see there underneath the Thompsons just look pretty cool now, so it'd be really interesting to paint the detail of that weapon. Then you can see there's a BAR. Then there are some smaller weapons. They look, I'm trying to see if they are like this one, a sort of short bazooka they might be, so that's quite good. And then there's some arms to help with the other side of this. There's some more of those Thompson weapons. These are the legs, so you can see they're also got bits attached to the bottom, which helps with them looking like they're elevated. You get 3 jetpacks on here. There's another 3 lower down. Then the bodies, you can see the detail here is really nice. So you can see where the jetpack on the back has been buckled to the front with this modern, well, 1947 modern buckle to put them in place. There are more bodies here, so you've got a couple that are bent over, a few walking, and then a few separate legs as well. Okay, then looking further down the sprue, there are another 3 jetpacks. There's a BAR in a, looks like a firing position, which is quite nice. So the arm is there with the other piece to put them in a firing position. There's another one of the light mortar stroke bazookas. And then there are plenty of these machine guns. So I guess if you wanted to add some US infantry with these weapons, I'm sure that would go very well, because actually if you put some of the heavier weapons on, or the BARs with your Fireflies, you could have these new Thompson on some of the American troops. So let's see if they fit. I'll do that later, because then you can just have some ground assault troops with these. And then that looks like a one-shot flamethrower maybe, because the fuel tank there is very small, unless it's a specialist fuel tank. Then as you see there's a pistol, binoculars, a map pack, spare hand, looks like it's got a grenade in it. Then there are some spare packs and ammo pouches, and then these packs as well. And then on the top, again, there's some ammo patches. There's a small dagger in the hand, a flare gun. Oh, that's quite nice. So there's a pointing finger, and then as you can see here, there is a saluting hand. Someone's got a cigar, because all Americans smoke cigars, don't they? And then a couple of sort of fisted faces. And then on this side, you can see there are some shells, another ammo pouch, some hand grenades and ammo pouch, and then these parts to the sprue, I'm not entirely sure what they are. That one looks like it's broken in the post, which is fine because they just come separate in the sprue, but it looks like that hand is carrying, it might be some kind of mine, and then that's just the mine separate, which is not an issue that it's broken because I can still put it to good use. But overall, I'm pretty impressed with the detailing on these, because if you look, those Fireflies look very nice with the detail on them. So let's get some of these built, see what they look like, and hopefully I can get some painted before too long. So there we go. This is what Warlord have sent through. So we got the linebacker, which I'm going to have to spend some time looking at how to build because I don't have any instructions. We've got some Firefly Troops. I think there's enough there for 6, which is pretty good. Then we've got the Style Troopin', enough for 3, and they come with the bases already. And also the spined mech. So again, that's probably going to be a bit more complicated without any instructions. But for now, hope you liked the video. Give us a thumbs up. Let us know which one I should build first and whether you think these will be able to press mold, but I'll give it a go and see. Let me know your thoughts. Do you want to see more Konflikt 47 content? I have some of the old starter sets, so I might do a comparison between the old and the new and see actually how they all come together. As I say, they've Warlord have very kindly sent me through the starter rules, so that as an influencer I can read through the rules and see how it goes together. I'm not allowed to discuss anything of the details within the rules, but certainly it will allow me to look at some content we can put together on the channel. So if you do want to see more Konflikt 47, let me know what you want to see. And once the embargo date comes, we can start releasing some content. So thank you for watching, take care, and we'll see you all again soon.